Recorded live with little or no editing, it's Roster Roast, and today we're going over Camilla Killa's War Defense. Now we grade on 5 different things here. We grade on placement, power levels, who you're using, ISO weights, and what kind of mood I'm in. Let's take a look. Team number 1 is Emma Rodgers, and we've got Strife with Fortifier, which is really good. He's the only, well, actually I found a new tank that I like with Fortifier, but Strife is one of the few tanks that I like Fortifier on. Usually tanks are so tough that you don't need it, but everybody is going into Strife to make this team fold, and so you need him to stand up, and he already has a barrier mechanic that he utilizes really well, so Fortifier is a good choice on him. You want to put Mystique or Sabretooth next to him. I like putting Sabretooth, just like in this setup, because that way Mystique has a deflect or a dodge. I should really look it up so I know which one I'm talking about. And she gives that to Sinister and he spreads it to the rest of the team. Normally you want to put Emma on the outside as far away from Strife as you can. Keep her at a level 5 healer because right now that's broken. And if they don't kill her on the first match, the rejuvenations will stay on her and stack up, and she'll basically become invincible. I like this team though. The only thing I would really change is possibly the placement and bring up the power levels on Strife because he's a little bit weak compared to the rest of the team. You need him to be probably the 3rd strongest, if not just as strong as Sinister. Otherwise, pretty good. I'm going to give it an A-. Team number 2. We got Black Order. We got Black Order here. Chat's distracting me. That's why I keep glancing over there. Okay, so Black Order is one of those teams that you can put in a lot of different placements and use a lot of different ISOs on, and no one really knows the correct way to go. So we're just going to walk through this and see how it works. So starting with the tank over here, you got Call on the outside and you got Fortifier on him. I don't think you really need Fortifier on Call. I think he's almost always the last one to fold on this team. I would make him either a Raider or a healer. For War Defense, probably a healer. But Raider works also. Then you've got Corvus Glaive here as a striker, and his wife as a striker also. They have a striker-skirmisher combo. However, on War Defense, when you're not utilizing their basic manually, they don't use their basic all that much. And so you're not really getting that striker-skirmisher combo a lot. And they remove buffs on their basic anyway. So having them as a striker and having somebody as a raider, possibly a skirmisher in here to put up vulnerable, makes them do their bonus ISO attacks a lot more, and they're stripping buffs pretty well. Plus you get more damage off striker. So I kind of like this. Let's see. Ebony Maw as a healer. I don't like that. I think he should be a level 5 skirmisher. He has a bit of a focus issue, and when people bring in a Phoenix against him, things won't stick to her. If you have him as a level 5 skirmisher, they will stick almost every time. And then he can just crush through Phoenix, no problem. And Thanos as a Raider. That works. You can also do him as a striker for the extra damage. Strikers are pretty scary because they can kill people quick. For multiple attacks on a War Defense, though, I think Raider is the good choice. So it's an interesting setup. You've got Corvus Glaive over here, so when people are going into going into Cull Obsidian, they're doing splash damage on Corvus Glaive. This is how I see it in Arena a lot. He's like the least important character because he's not a controller, and if he dies, the only problem with that is the next team coming back in, Thanos won't be empowered. But that's a way to do it. Yeah, I kind of like this setup. I don't think there's any real problems with it other than the jarringly obvious power levels. The power levels on these 3 over here are ridiculous. Somebody's going to come in with another Black Order of... I mean, you could probably come in here with like a 250 Black Order and beat this team, or at least knock out several of these people. Corvus Glaive probably going to be number 1, and then somebody's going to come in and clean up and just destroy him. So, fix the power levels. That's a B. Let's go on to team number 3. We have Merc with Asgardians. What are we calling these? The Gardamercs or something? I don't know. Is there a clever name we're using? We're going to go... Let's see. Okay, you don't need Fortifier on Riot Guard. If anything, you're going to want to put Fortifier on Merc Lieutenant, and here's why. People most often come into this team with like a correspondingly powerful X-Force, and Negasonic comes in and smashes them, and if she gets one of these people below 50%, then it starts a chain of events that makes this team just crumble. So, being this is your least powerful... Oh, I guess... Whew, man. Okay, so forget those. We're just going to bring up the power levels on these guys. Yeah, you just need to bring up the power levels on these guys. Make Riot Guard either a striker or healer. Lieutenant's going to be either a striker or a healer, and you want him to either be Raider or Skirmisher. I like Skirmisher for almost every different comp on this team, but Raider also works because he's jumping around. He's got area of effect attacks and all that stuff. The reason we like Hela and Loki on this team is simply because they don't have a home with Asgardians being broken up. Asgardians are a terrible war defense team now, and so people are putting Hela Loki on here just for that big opener, which can destroy a lot of people and really do some damage. Usually this team is just a 2-tap because somebody will go in and, you know, take their opener if they can't beat him with a large X-Force. I don't like healer on Loki. I think that's a crap ISO for him. I think he should either be a skirmisher. Yeah, I think he should be a skirmisher just because, yeah, skirmisher. His health pool is too small to be an effective healer. He's fast, so he's putting out a lot of regens, but I just like him as a skirmisher better. Raider or striker for Hela. If you can do the striker-skirmisher combo off of them, that's great. I don't actually know the turn order. I've never played into this team yet. I've never had the opportunity to. So I don't know if Taskmaster's setting up that taunt and then Loki and then Hela goes. If that's the case, then you definitely want Skirmisher Striker for the triple hit combo. But I don't know. I don't know how it plays out. All I know is that mine used to get defensive wins before I switched it to a Moon Mercs. All right, I'm going to give this team like a B-. I really don't like the ISOs. I really don't like the power levels. The placement, yeah, we should probably change the placement too. Swap Loki and Riot Guard. Okay, team number 4. All right, we got a standard Wave 1 Avengers team. You got the right team comp. This is the best composition you can use for this team. However, you need to move Captain America and Hawkeye. Swap Captain America and Hawkeye. You want Captain America and Hulk over here taunting like madmen, and whenever a Wave 1 Avenger gets hit, which is Captain America, it's going to speed up Thor. And Hulk taking damage is going to speed him up. I think it speeds him up too when his friends are hit. I don't remember. I don't use the Wave 1 Avengers much. Striker Skirmisher combo for these two, that's correct. You've got healer on him, that's good. You don't need fortifier on him. You should put healer on him also. And then you've got striker on Thor. Now, they just fixed the striker bug, so we should be switching Thor back to Raider. That's the more appropriate one. So we're pretty close here. I see 2 problems with ISOs. I see a little problem with placement. Your power levels are all in the ballpark. I'm going to give this team a B-. Let's see here. Okay. Hydra. Straight up Hydra team with Red Skull. You need to swap Scientist and Sniper. ISOs on this team don't really matter. You can make the whole team healer, you can make the whole team fortifier, you can try out different ISOs. Every little thing works. What happens is somebody sees this team, they see 245k, and they say, okay, I'll bring in my 210k Inhumans team and blow them up. And that's what you want. You want this team to be powerful enough that somebody brings in their Inhumans so that later on there's another comp further down your roster that they don't have Inhumans for. So I would say change the placement. Power levels are fine. You got nice red stars. Just, yeah, get this, farm these guys up. You can farm these guys up to 7 stars now. Shouldn't be too tough. Yeah. That's a good team. It's a B team. There's nothing special about it. Switch that placement there because Hydra Sniper has the stealth feature that keeps people from going... Oh, wait, I'm sorry. No, the placement in this is really wrong. You want to put Hydra Sniper over here instead of Trooper because he's going to taunt and then they won't be able to go through the stealth on him. And then you can put, I don't know, you can put Red Skull just about anywhere. He doesn't take damage until the minions are gone. So, or unless somebody comes in with a power armor and blows them up with defense down, which is a thing. So yeah, play with your placement. I'm going to give that a B. Okay, here's a Guardians team. Guardians suck. They just suck. Stop using them. Swap out Gamora and swap out Drax. You want to put in Minerva and Vision. Do that Tech Nerva one. That's okay. But this team sucks. Star-Lord's past his prime. Rocket's not doing enough damage. I remember when Rocket used to be just a total awesome blaster, and he's terrible. I just don't like this team at all. Otherwise, I mean, your placement's kind of shit too. You should be putting, let's see, it should be Star-Lord, then Rocket, then Vision, and then Groot, and then Minerva. Okay. And then you want Groot as a skirmisher, you want Star-Lord and Rocket as striker, and then you're going to have Vision as either a level 5 skirmisher, which no one's going to spend that much on Vision, so don't do that. Otherwise, just have him as a raider, like a level 3 or a level 1 raider. And then Minerva's going to be healer, of course. But get rid of these two. They're worthless in here. They make this team that much worse. The whole team kind of sucks, though. It just gets rolled over by everybody. Yeah, this is like a D. All right, team number 7. Whoops, I'm not holding. Here we go. Team number 7. Now, this is the one where you want to take your Inhumans and mix them in with this team. So you'll have Black Bolt. You'll have who's that girl with the striped hair? And then you'll have Quake, I think, or the I'm sorry. You're gonna have Yo-Yo, Black Bolt, and Crystal mixed in with Fury and Coulson. Okay. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to mix that in with that. And that way they have used their Inhumans on your Hydra Red Skull team, and they can't use their Inhumans to defeat this hybrid team that you're going to build here. But otherwise, this is okay. This is a pretty decent comp. You've got Fury outside of Medic, so he's feeding all of his energy to Medic. That's good. Coulson's doing Coulson things. Shield Trooper or Shield Security is keeping people away from Medic and Coulson, and that's fine. And then your Shield Trooper is doing, well, Shield Trooper's dying is what Shield Trooper's doing. He's not doing anything. Let's see. I like Raider on Coulson, not Striker. I like Raider on Fury. I like Raider on everybody. Healer on Medic. That's what you should be doing. In fact, get rid of Trooper. Put in Assaulter. Assaulter gives everybody a huge boost to crit chance. And then if you make them all like a level 3 Raider, they're pretty much critting 100% of the time. And if you look at their kits, almost all of them have something that happens when they crit. Whether they're giving off energy, they're turning back turn meter, all kinds of stuff. So make everybody Raiders, put Assaulter in there and place a Trooper. Keep the same placement, that's pretty good. Yeah. ISOs, people you're using, and your power levels suck. This team is way too low powered for the people that we're going up against. You need to bring up the power to at least 250 so that it warrants bringing in like a Brotherhood. Otherwise, you could do that hybrid with Inhumans if you find that you're not using Inhumans on offense, which they are an offensive team, but that's kind of one of the meta, the hybrids that you see out there all the time is that Inhumans hybrid. And it works well if there are no Inhumans to attack into them. All right, team number 8, the last one. We got a Hero Brawlers team. Let me move out of the way. Yeah, this is fine. You're not using them on offense. They're not powerful enough to do anything. You got to bring up their power levels, especially on America Chavez and Squirrel Girl. You might think about making... No. I was going to say you could make Captain Marvel a healer. If you get her powerful enough and she's a level 5 healer, she becomes a nightmare also because she heals herself up. She's a one-man army. Striker otherwise is good. Make the whole team Striker. Make Captain or Miss Marvel Skirmisher. That's your big flaw here. Very, very important that Miss Marvel is a Skirmisher. Try and get that T4 on her so that she is always assisting every Hero Brawler on this team. She'll place that Skirmisher vulnerability, and then if everybody else is a Striker, they will retaliate. You'll get triple hit combos off everybody. You boost their damage through the roof. It becomes a team that is somewhat formidable. As is, these ISOs are terrible. This power level is terrible. Your placement doesn't really matter. But yeah, this is a D+. This is a D plus at best. Yeah, fix those ISOs, fix the power levels. You could consider that healer on Captain Marvel to see how it goes, just because it makes her stand up to the damage. We'll see. All right, this has been Camilla Killa's Roster Roast. If you like what you saw, I'm going to have links in the description. Hopefully they actually work this time. You can send me some information if you want your roster roasted. And you can find me here on Twitch every Monday morning between 9 a.m. and noon, Pacific Coast time. We have a lot of fun and shenanigans, and you can distract me on chat like everybody else is doing. Anyway, don't just have a good game, be good to each other too. Thanks. Bye.